If you are playing with the black pieces and your opponent responds the first move with the pawn move d4, you know that every other your game connected with the London or the Queen's Gambit. In this video, you are going to learn the trap that you can do once your opponent plays a London system, and actually according to the Lichess database, more than 16,000 people fell for it. Once your opponent plays pawn d4, you go with the pawn d5 and bishop f4. So this is a situation probably you face a lot, and maybe you respond to knight f6 or with the bishop f5, which leads usually to symmetrical setup, or even the c5, which become quite popular in the recent years. But the move that will lead us to the trap is completely kind of weird, surprising, and rare, and that stands for h5. I mean, if your opponent faces this move on the board, he would have some sort of a thought: is my opponent really a paddler? Probably he's learning just how to play the chess. Well, h5 is definitely kind of unnatural and weird, but this is a clever move at the same time. And there's a very good reason by playing this move, and you're gonna see it why very soon. And once you play h5, the most played move here is e3 and knight f3 move, which is knight f3 is being played by more than 10,000, and e3 move is being played by more than 21,000 according to Lichess database. And the good news is that our trap is connected with the e3, which most people played in the current situation. So first we're gonna see the trap in the e3 variation, but I'm also will give you some directions what you need to play if you face knight f3, which the trap will not happen. e3, and by playing h5, our main target was this dark square bishop, trapping this bishop basically. So we play e5, giving it two options for white, but it's already late. Doesn't matter with which piece white is going to capture our e5 pawn, the bishop will get trapped. If it takes the pawn, bishop get trapped. But if it takes with the bishop, the same scenario. We'll trap it by playing f6, he can go bishop g3, h4, bishop f4, g5, or that can happen a little bit different direction, like this way. But in both cases, you can see the bishop is simply getting trapped. And now let's see, what if your opponent kind of luckily plays different order, first knight f3 and then e3. Unfortunately here our trap doesn't work because e5 is not worth to do it. Simply he has the option taking with the knight at the same time with the pawn, and also now g5 square is being covered by two pieces. So after knight f3, now we need to play just a normal setup, and that you can do with playing bishop f5, e3 and e6. Here your main goal should be, when you're playing against a London system, to trade the dark square bishop. For example, let's just say if you're playing bishop e2, you need to trade it immediately. Or if he's playing like a bishop, or if he's just playing c4, the same thing. You need to trade this dark square bishop as soon as possible. But what if he kind of offers you to trade light square bishop? I'd say it's the same. I mean, you can accept that, or you can take that delaying by playing knight e7. So if it takes, I mean, you have just very good position on the board, especially the best placed knight. But if you just, let's just say simple castles, you also make just normal development by developing the pieces, and then you can trade the light square bishops and make your development with the tempo, knight f6, knight bd7, knight bd2, bishop d6. Again, kind of we reached the symmetrical setup, and it is just a playable position for both of the sides. The worst case scenario of playing this h5 move is that you are losing only one tempo, but who knows? Since more people are played here e3, the sacrifice, the risk that you're taking, it's worth to do it. And also it's nothing wrong to play here h5, because this pawn move can help you in the future to attack your opponent's king side. And let's just say, what if your opponent doesn't play something like a knight f3 or e3 move, like let's just say h3 move, which helps to escape for the bishop? Well, you can actually set up like this sort of structure, which I covered how to play against a knight f3 move.